Crystal tumblers clink, investors cheer, until every smart screen in the mansion flashes error. $1 million per minute is vaporizing, and the billionaire host roars for answers. Black Nanny Ava steps forward, tablet in rubber-gloved hands. "Sir, one line of code will do." The billionaire's laugh booms. "Code? From the help?" "Sit down." He turns to cameras, basking in ridiculed. Just as Ava's thumb taps in her. Red errors bleed to green success, money counter snaps back to profit, and the room spins toward her, stunned. Now the only sound is his ego crashing to the marble floor. Strobe lights flicker, champagne flutes rattle, and every smart screen in billionaire Grant Ashford's marble atrium flashes the same blood-red error code. System failure. Stream offline. Investors gasp, phones rise, and the read-time counter in the corner of the stream rolls past. $675,000 in penalties. A single glitch is bleeding money by the second. Grant spins toward his staff. "Fix it now." Across the room, Ava Carter, 28-year-old nanny with a half-tucked blouse and a backpack full of Legos, hustles two panicked children behind a pillar. She knows that code, saw it once when her late mother's hospital software crashed. Voice steady, she edges forward. "Sir, it's a loop conflict. A quick variable reset will." Grant laughs, microphone hot. "Stick to bedtime stories, Nanny. Grown-ups are working." The ballroom erupts in nervous chuckles. Cameras capture every sneer. Ava's cheeks burn, but her eyes stay on the hemorrhaging counter. $800,000, $900,000. PR managers circle Grant like frantic drones. Investors pulling out. One whispers. Press calling at the tech titan Titanic. Grant grips a crystal flute hard enough to crack. "Where's my CTO?" "Stuck in traffic, sir." Ava glances to the kids, then to a toy-cluttered side room off the atrium, the only place the Wi-Fi extender never reached. Idea sparks. She leans to sous chef Luis, balancing hors d'oeuvre trays. "Cover me for 5 minutes?" Luis nods, recognizing the same fire he saw last night when Ava debugged the kitchen's order tablet just so the staff could clock out on time. Ava shepherds the kids into the playroom, locks the door, flips their tablet horizontal, and hacks the guest network. Her fingers fly. 20 lines of Python. Override ransomware loophole, temp variable patch. 3 minutes. Sweat dots her brow. Her mother's mantra echoes. Code is just a conversation. Talk calmly. It will listen. Progress bar hits 100%. She stashes Legos over the camera for privacy, grabs the kids' hands. "Ready to save your Uncle Grant's party?" she whispers. They giggle, nod. Luis appears at the hallway door, blocking a roaming journalist. He motions Ava through the staff corridor to the mansion's server closet, gleaming LEDs blinking urgent red. Ava kneels, plugs the tablet in via micro USB, uploads the patch. 30 seconds feel like 30 years. Counter and atrium visible through security feed. $980,000. Progress bar lingers at 99%. Ava's breath catches. Clink. Someone behind them. Grant, furious, wristwatch gleaming. "You again?" Before he can yank the tablet, bar hits 100%. Server fans spin down, lights resequence green. Atrium screens snap to life, error code gone. Music resumes, fountains arc, investors roar applause. Counter freezes at $999, $920 then flips to plus engagement bonus, $250,000. Silence, then cheers. Cameras swivel. Grant's jaw slackens. "Did you do that?" Ava stands, wipes palms on nanny uniform. Seconds later, like you wanted. The live stream still rolling catches every stunned face. Applause ricochets through the atrium, but Grant Ashford hears only the rush of blood in his ears. The live stream counter climbs back into the black, investors erupt with relief, and a saxophonist salvages the playlist. But all cameras stay locked on the billionaire and the nanny who just saved him $1 million meltdown. Grant straightens his silk lapels, forces a laugh that sticks like gum on marble. "Well, crisis averted," he says, tone skating between gratitude and bruised ego. Ava gives a polite nod, edges toward the children. She's hoping to disappear before the humiliation backlash lands. PR manager Dana rushes in, self-hearing light already on. "Mr. Ashford, our audience wants the inside story. Who fixed the failure?" Grant swallows pride. Eyes flick to investors filming with phones, then to Ava's calm, steady posture. For a tick he imagines the headline, "Nanny outshines tech mogul." His chest tightens. He places a manicured hand on Ava's shoulder. "My team handled it. She just pressed the button I told her to." Gasps ripple. A few hushed seriously slip from guests. Ava's eyes flash indignation, but she clamps her jaw. Kids still cling to her sleeves. Sous Chef Luis steps forward. "With respect, sir, the nanny wrote fresh code." Grant cuts him off. "Kitchen staff shouldn't weigh in on cybersecurity. Thank you." Luis's face reddens, but he backs away. Critic Monica Vale, live streaming for Tech Taste Weekly, arches a brow. "Ms. Carter, can you confirm?" Ava's answer is calm but razor-edged. "I confirmed the patch. Anyone curious can check the server logs." She looks straight into Vale's camera. They're time-stamped. The crowd murmurs evidence. Grant's smile cracks. Grant gestures for security to usher cameras back to the buffet. He guides Ava toward the sweeping staircase, voice dropping to a hiss. "You humiliated me. In my own house." Ava keeps her chin high. "I saved your launch from a trollable disaster." "Your job," Grant snaps, "is to mind children, not grandstand in front of top investors." Ava's gaze hardens. "Job descriptions can evolve, Mr. Ashford, especially when $1 million is bleeding every second." Grant opens his mouth. No words come. Marble steps gleam under spotlights. Their silhouettes cut dramatic angles people can't stop sneaking photos of. Above them, a projector loops the company's slogan, "Innovation without limits." Irony hums louder than the music. On the landing, CTO Meredith Cho finally arrives, cheeks flushed from sprinting. She scans error logs via smartwatch, eyes widening. "Who ran this hot patch?" Ava lifts a hand. Meredith studies the code snippet, whistles. "Elegantly dirty, effective. We'll need to refactor, but that's solid tree-off." Grant interrupts. "Which I authorized." Meredith frowns. "There's no signed key from our team, just a guest credential named Avis_temp." She turns to the nanny. "Your work?" Ava nods once. The CTO's expression shifts. Respect. Behind them, investors gather. Rumor moves faster than espresso shots. Dana's earpiece crackles. Feed spiking. #nanny crisis trending. She whispers to Grant, "Spin this now, or become a meme." Grant's shoulders sag under the PR weight. He forces a thin smile. "Ava, perhaps we misjudged your abilities. Let's discuss future roles." Ava hugs the children close. "We can talk after bedtime routines. Kids first, always." Grant nods stiffly, but inside, fury gnaws. Publicly praise the nanny? Or risk trending as Silicon Valley's newest punchline? Later, in the library lined with first edition tech manifestos, Grant paces while CTO Meredith reviews deeper logs. "Sabotage," she says at last. "Someone inserted an infinite loop just before launch. Ava's patch bypassed it." Grant freezes. "Internal. Looks that way. Only higher-level credentials could set that trap." Grant's eyes narrow. "Find who?" Meredith nods, but adds, "And maybe hire who fixed it." Grant glares. Ego and logic wrestle. A knock interrupts. Sous Chef Luis with a tray. "Hot cocoa for the kids." Quiet salute to Ava. Luis adds, sotto voce, "Staff's rooting for her." Grant dismisses him, but the message sticks. Upstairs, Ava tucks the children in. They hand her a crayon drawing. A superhero nanny with a glowing tablet. She smiles, eyes moist. Phone buzzes. An email from Meredith. Respect. Let's talk coding scholarship program. Ava's heart lifts. Another buzz. Message from Critic Vale. Wants an exclusive on the nanny coder who saved Ashford Tech. Ava exhales. Spotlight is scary, but maybe necessary. She looks out the window at the city lights and murmurs, "Mom, your code lives on." Downstairs, Meredith's forensics isolate the saboteur's credential. She gasps. Camera zooms on screen. User, Grant.Ashford. The CTO's eyes widen. Impossible or deliberate. Soft footfalls pad outside the nursery after lights out. Ava opens the door to find CTO Meredith clutching a thumb drive and a look equal parts alarm and wonder. "I need your help," Meredith whispers. Logs flagged Grant's credential, but something feels off. The only clean copy of the sandbox environment is on the kid's tablet. "You worked in guest mode. We have to verify before this explodes." Ava glances at the sleeping children. "Give me 2 minutes." They tiptoe downstairs to the playroom, now a dim cave of plush animals and Lego spires. Ava flicks on the tablet. Cartoon wallpapers bloom. She slips into the hidden dev console she'd built years ago to code while babysitting. Meredith raises an eyebrow. "You wrote a stealth IDE into a gaming app?" Ava smirks. "Kids think it's magic. So did my mom." She mounts the thumb drive. Log files chime open like secret drawers. Timestamps, credential hashes, IP traces, thousands of lines scroll by. Ava's fingers dance. She color codes anomalies. Meredith peers over her shoulder. Grant's ID executed the sabotage script, but look, duplicate hash cloned from a lower privilege role. Someone spoofed him. "Digital costume party," Ava mutters. "Need to unmask the imposter." A sleepy voice pipes up behind them. The older child, Lily, 8, stands in dinosaur pajamas clutching a stuffed giraffe. "You hacking bad guys?" she whispers, eyes wide. Ava kneels. "More like solving a mystery." "Want to help?" Lily nods vigorously. Ava assigns her the task of searching the logs for a repeating tag, HEX, BA5E. Lily giggles at the spy code and gets to work highlighting entries. Meredith smiles. Mini analyst in the making. Within minutes, Lily uncovers a pattern. The fake credential originates from a single MAC address labeled Echelon Guest, the alias of Chief Security Officer Ron Echelon, Grant's longtime crony. Meredith's jaw clenches. Ron's job was to bulletproof the launch, not torpedo it. Ava bundles the log subset, screen records Lily's highlight trail, and encrypts the file. They print a 1-page proof sheet. Lily affixes a sparkly unicorn sticker as witness badge. Ava tucks the printout into a folder marked Playroom Patch, verified. "Time to wake the adults," she says. Grant paces before the fireplace, glass of scotch trembling. PR manager Dana scrolls meltdown memes. Hashtag spoiled tech bro trending next to hashtag nanny crisis. Ron Echelon leans against a mahogany shelf, arms folded, face smug. Meredith and Ava enter. "We found something." Ron snorts. "Let me guess, nanny code to the rescue again?" Meredith slaps the printout on the desk. "Your guest device injected the infinite loop. Here's the MAC, timestamp, and a child's highlight job. Thanks, Lily." Grant's eyes dart to Ron. "Is this true?" Ron shrugs, mask slipping. "Investors panic. Stock dips. We buy low. You recover in a week. I've saved you millions before." Grant's face drains color, realization colliding with betrayal. Dana gasps. Camera crews subtly press record. Ava steps forward. "He gambled with employee reputations and children's safety." Ron scoffs. "Like anyone cares about a nanny's reputation." Grant's voice drops to granite. "I care now." He turns to security. "Escort Mr. Echelon off the premises. His options are terminated, effective immediately." Ron's protest echoes hallway. Doors slam. Grant inhales, releases shaky breath. Press conference in 15. Ava, Miss Carter, will you stand beside me? Ava hesitates, then nods. On 2 conditions. Credit for my patch goes to the whole support staff, Luis and others, and we announce a coding scholarship for caregivers nationwide. Grant extends his hand. Agreed. Atrium fills with journalists. Grant speaks. Tonight's crisis exposed arrogance, mine included, but also unveiled hidden brilliance. Ava Carter's swift action saved our launch. Effective immediately, she joins Ashford Tech as Director of Inclusive Innovation. Flashbulbs explode. Ava addresses the crowd. Talent has no uniform. Genius can wear chef whites, dish gloves, or a nanny badge. We'll find it, fund it, and let it flourish. Thunderous applause. Investors tweet confidence boosts. Stock tickers rebound live on overhead screens. Luis high-fives kitchen staff watching from wing balcony. Lily beams from front row, unicorn sticker gleaming. Later, playroom lights dim again. Ava relays the kids to bed. Lily whispers, "You're like a superhero hacker." Ava laughs softly. Remember, superheroes help, not hurt. Night, coder. In corridor, Grant thanks Ava. You rewired more than servers tonight. Ava smiles, hand resting on chili oil vial in pocket, a reminder that fire, wielded wisely, cooks feasts and forges futures. Camera pulls back. The once blinking screens now cycle a new slogan. Innovation without limits, discovered everywhere. Ashford Tech's rooftop sky deck bristles with drone cameras, LED runways, and a hollow podium waiting to beam Grant's limitless innovation keynote worldwide. Tonight we'll relaunch the company's smart home line, and, more crucially, Grant's credibility before 10 million live viewers. Ava Carter scans the staging monitors. As freshly minted Director of Inclusive Innovation, she's now co-pilot of this flight. The system readouts glow green, except one, Network AUTH gate, pending blinks yellow. She pages the new security lead, still waiting on final handshake. ETA 5 minutes, comes the crackly reply. Ava frowns. 5 minutes is an eternity when a countdown is at 60. Downstairs, sous chef Luis wheels hors d'oeuvre carts past the server room and notices an amber light pulsing erratically. He radios Ava. Server rack 4. Looks angry. Ava sprint jogs in heels she hasn't broken in, slides beside the cabinet. The drive bay whirs like a hive. She checks logs on her tablet. Someone is brute forcing admin privileges from an internal port. But Ron Echelon's credentials are dead. A cold thought spikes. Is Ron back? Or did he seed a sleeper exploit? She calls CTO Meredith. We've got a phantom. If it hits before keynote, the live stream dies. Meredith curses. We isolate rack 4, manual cut. But that severs our AR drone control. Grant appears, suit jacket flapping in wind. Problem. Ava levels her gaze. Someone's trying to finish what Ron started. Grant's face bleakens. We launch in 20. Ava exhales through pursed lips, makes a decision. We reroute the keynote through an edge cloud node. Gives us redundancy even if rack 4 dies. Meredith's fingers fly. I can prep container instances in 9 minutes. 6, Ava corrects. And we'll need a fresh auth token. Grant me root on the kid's tablet. Only safe device untouched by Ron's infrastructure. Grant box. You're steering my billion-dollar launch from a children's toy? Worked last time. Ava fires back. He nods, trust born of forced humility. Ava dashes to nursery backstage. Lily is coloring superhero scripts. May I borrow the magic tablet? Lily beams. Save a day again. Ava. Edge cloud container compile ticks. 10%. 40%. Ava edits YAML configs, hands flying. Luis appears with espresso, whispers. Security just found Ron's badge cloned to a vending machine board. He never left the building. Ava's pulse spikes. Lock exterior doors. No one leaves until after launch. Compile hits 87%, then stalls. Screen flashes missing secret. Token.ex. Ron planted a failsafe. Without the proprietary token, the container won't mount. Ava curses softly. She thumbs chili oil vial in pocket focus. Root around guest profiles. Finds an encrypted fragment from yesterday. Her quick patch stub avac_temp.key. She decrypts with Lily's unguessable swipe pattern. Token appears. Compile completes. Rack for still flickering amber, but Edge node now live. She slaps comms. Meredith, send feed to Edge in 3, 2, 1. Meredith, signal clean. Drone synced. 1 minute to keynote. Grant strides to holopodium. Rooftop screens bloom with his image. Worldwide viewers see a stable, crystal-clear stream. He begins. Tonight we prove innovation has no title, no uniform. He gestures. Hollow Windows Project Ava next to him. Cheers rise from crowd below and chat feeds online. Grant continues. Our new open access scholarship starts now. Code, create, contribute, wherever you stand. He cues the live smart home demo. Devices glisten, fountains dance, lights respond to a volunteer's voice. Everything performs flawlessly, Edge node humming outside Ron's sabotage perimeter. Lower lobby cameras catch Ron Echelon prying at a service panel, Ethernet cable in hand. Security detains him, comms alert Ava. She hurries down mid-keynote Q&A. Ron sneers. You think he'll keep you when the noise dies? You're a nanny playing CTO. Ava meets his glare. I'm proof gatekeepers are obsolete. She nods to officers. Charge him with corporate sabotage. Ron spits the final insult as they haul him away. Billionaire's pity project. Ava almost laughs. Pity doesn't promote you under fire. Skill does. Keynote ends in thunderous applause. Grant thanks viewers, then cedes stage to Ava. She steps forward into kaleidoscope lights. I was hard to tuck children in, she says, voice steady. Turns out, innovation needed tucking in too. Talent hides in plain sight, under nanny uniforms, chef coats, janitor gloves. Give it root access, and watch it rewrite everything. Social feeds erupt. Hashtag root access, hashtag nanny no more. Scholarship site crashes from traffic, then autoscales thanks to Edge container patch. Meredith pumps fist. Luis, watching from kitchen tent, shouts, that's our director. Staff high five, chili oil vial passed like a torch. Later, rooftop empty except cleaning drones humming. City skyline glows amber. Grant joins Ava at railing. Edge node saved us, he says. You saved us, again. Ava smiles, exhausted. Half the planet coded on hand-me-down devices tonight. Grant hands her a velvet box. Inside, a lapel pin shaped like a stylized chili pepper over a circuit board. Symbol of our inclusive innovation program. Wear it when you keynote next month. Ava pins it on chef white blazer she begged procurement to order. Win lifts strands of hair. She texts Lily a selfie, magic tablet FTW. Star-eyed emoji bounces back. Meredith pings both. Board doubled scholarship funding global contest in 6 weeks. Ava, your lead judge. Ava grins at Grant. Ready for the world to debug us? Grant laughs. With you en route, we'll survive any patch. Camera rises into night sky as smart drones buzz, forming neon letters. Access granted across skyline. Spotlights bathe the rooftop press dais where Grant Ashford stands alone. Tie loosened, ego bruised, humility rehearsed. Dozens of mics bloom like steel tulips. Global press live stream the moment. He clears his throat. Tonight's success belongs to someone I underestimated. Cameras snap. Ms. Ava Carter, will you join me? A hush ripples. Ava steps forward. Nanny uniform swapped for crisp blazer, chili pepper circuit board pin glinting. Crowd leans in. Grant's voice carries, steady but soft. When I mocked Ava's idea, I revealed my own blind spot. She saved our launch, twice, and exposed sabotage within my ranks. I apologize publicly and personally. He turns to Ava, extends a hand. Flashbulbs pop as she shakes it, polite, not deferential. Gasps morph into applause. Social feeds flood with hashtag Billionaire bows. Grant continues, but words without action mean little. Effective immediately, Ava Carter is promoted to Chief Innovation Strategist with full executive authority over inclusivity programs and tech scholarship initiatives. Journalists roar questions. Salary? Stock? Timeline? Ava raises a palm. Calm tide. We'll discuss details in writing. Tonight, we celebrate possibilities for every unseen coder. Press satisfied, Grant guides Ava to a quiet lounge. CTO Meredith, PR Chief Dana, and Security Captain Gwen occupy couches strewn with crisis night coffee cups. In the center, a dossier stamped Echelon Investigation. Meredith begins. We've traced Ron's prior exploits. He siphoned investor data, planted fail-safes in flagship products. Legal teams filing charges at dawn. Dana adds, media will spin sabotage angle hard. She nods at Ava. Leadership narrative is our lifeboat. Ava flips dossier shut. Narrative is fine, but fix culture, or another echelon pops up. Her gaze pins Grant. He nods, lesson absorbed. Grant motions to a side table. 2 glasses, a contract folder, and a sleek titanium keycard embossed with the company logo. The board authorized a 3% equity grant, he says, sliding the folder across. Your salary's in there, and a signing bonus earmarked for the caregiver coding scholarship you demanded. Ava scans figures, life-changing. She sips water, not champagne. Generous. But I want a clause. All scholarship finalists get paid internships across your portfolio, not just one-off grants. Grant smiles, authentic this time. Done. He signs, passes pen, she countersigns. He then presents the keycard. Executive badge, root access. Pause. No expiration date. Ava pockets it alongside her chili oil vial. 2 kinds of fire, one spicy, one systemic, both now hers to wield. Sous Chef Luis pokes in, hairnet askew, eyes wide. The staff pooled tip money bought you something. He hands Ava a worn leather chef's knife roll quietly stitched with her initials. Figure every coder chef needs tools. Ava unrolls, her mother's refurbished Santoka blade, polished edge gleaming. Emotion cracks her composure. She hugs Luis. First dish at our scholarship kickoff, this knife. Luis grins. Meredith gestures to a laptop. EdgeNode metrics. Stream peaked at 11.2 million viewers, 0 dropouts. Donation link for scholarships just crossed $4.7 million. Dana whoops. Grant exhales pure relief. Security Captain and Gwen re-enters. We recovered Ron's hidden drives. He planned to sell your smart home consumer data. Court order incoming. Grant rubs temples. We'll inform customers first, full transparency. Ava taps her new badge against a glass wall panel. It glows emerald. Transparency begins here. Publish open source patches tonight. Roll critical updates tomorrow. CTO Meredith nods, already drafting Git commits. Dana smirks. From Nanny to open source champion in 48 hours, media gold. Night is thinned. Only distant taxi horns linger. Grant and Ava stand at the railing, city lights winking below. Ever regret buying those mushrooms? Grant teases, referencing the viral Nanny kitchen story still trending. Ava laughs. Best $100 I never spent. I salvaged them from a food waste bin in Queens. Grant chuckles. Resourceful as ever. She turns serious. Don't forget why tonight worked. Team trust over titles. Grant nods solemnly. He asks, what's next, Chief Strategist? Ava surveys Skyline. We locate hidden talent in every zip code, fund their ideas, and make sure they never need a magic tablet to be heard. Gwen lifts her blazer. Chili pepper pin glows under neon. Grant follows her gaze, future bright, vast. Narrator, warm, resolute. Arrogance can cost a fortune. Respect can earn billions more. A nanny's quick code saved a tech empire. But her bigger triumph was forcing its doors open for every unseen innovator. If you've ever had an idea dismissed because of your uniform, tell us below. Hit like if you believe genius deserves root access, no credentials required. Then share this story and pass the key forward. Camera lifts overhead. Dawn edges the horizon saffron gold. On Ashford Tower's LED crown scrolls a new pledge. Code welcome, talent wanted, access granted. First light crawls across Ashford Tower's 23rd floor when security captain Gwyn and CTO Meredith pry open Ron Echelon's confiscated backup rig. Dual SSDs were. A hidden partition decrypts to a single file, Ashford_leverage.zip. Inside, customer biometric logs, camera feeds, offshore wire instructions. Proof he planned to auction data for 8 figures. Meredith's jaw tightens. We need full disclosure before the leak hits tabloids. Grant, Ava, Dana, and legal counsel huddle around holographic displays. Dana flips a headline mock-up. Billionaire hid data breach. Stocks could crater again. Grant swallows. Ava steps forward. Transparency is non-negotiable. We announced the breach, free credit monitoring, and open source audits today. Legal balks. Grant hesitates, then nods. We do it. Meredith taps her tablet. Press conference at noon. Dana grimaces, but cues PR. Investor board floods Slack with panicked pings. Grant replies on public channel. We clean house or close shop. Pick one. Silence. Then green check emojis pop up. Ava exhales, leadership test passed. In lunchroom, line staff watch coverage. Chef Luis murmurs. First time a billionaire admits wrong without lawyers spinning. Morale lifts. Noon. Atrium transformed into press pit. Grant steps up, shoulders squared. Our systems were compromised by a trusted executive. We discovered it, thanks to internal innovators led by Ava Carter. We accept responsibility. Reporters lob questions. Class action, penalties? Ava takes mic. We've launched Project Root Shield. All source code public, bug bounty for caregivers, students, veterans. You find a flaw, we fund your future. Twitter explodes. Hashtag Root Shield. Hashtag Open Source Billionaire. Stock dips, then stabilizes as cyber experts praise radical transparency. Across town, rival CEO Miles Trent watches feed, furious. He greenlights a smear campaign. Doctored video of Ava tampering with launch servers. By 3 p.m., clip trends. Nanny hacker faked sabotage. Dana flags it. Deep fake. Ava scans frame by frame. Missing reflections, shadow mismatch. She smiles thinly. Time to crowdsource truth. She posts raw server logs and invites ethical hacker community to verify signatures. Within 30 minutes, Reddit's r/netsec shreds the deep fake, exposing Trent's MediaBot farm. Hashtag flips, hashtag fake Trent. Grant calls legal, file injunction. Ava messages scholarship Discord. Real skills beat fake noise. Applications triple overnight. Video essays from janitors, stay-at-home parents, rideshare drivers demoing code snippets. Lily, age 8, insists on reviewing entries, adds emoji ratings. Ava builds a rubric. Ingenuity 40%, impact 40%, story 20%. CTO Meredith schedules a 48-hour virtual hackathon. Top 10 win mentorship. Grant funds extra cloud credits. No one throttles genius on my watch again, he mutters. Evening news shows Ron in cuffs. Prosecutor reveals he sold minor exploits to Trent months ago. Trent's shareholder value nosedives. Ron tries plea. Grant orchestrated breach for sympathy. Judge asks for evidence, Ron stammers. Ava produces a mutable audit trail from Edge Cloud, notarized on blockchain. Judge denies bail. Ron's glare at Ava could cut steel. She meets it, calm. Systems audit people, she says to reporters. Turns out, sabotage leaves fingerprints. Back at Tower, Engineers deploy root shield version 1.0. GitHub stars skyrocket. Linux Foundation tweets endorsement. Ashford Tech's customer trust score, measured by independent watchdog, soars 40% in 24 hours. Grant hosts live AMA, answers grilling. One viewer asks, "What if another 0-day hits?" Grant smiles, glances at Ava. "We'll publish patches, and the person who discovers it might be your babysitter." Sabotage hides in shadows until courage flips on the lights. Ava turned a data breach confession into a rally cry for open talent. In tech or life, transparency isn't weakness, it's the firewall that guards trust. If you've ever exposed wrongdoing, share your victory scars below. Smash like if you believe sunlight is the best security patch, and pass this story to someone still coding in the dark. Drone sweeps past tower. Neon banner updates. Patched, protected, powered by everyone. 48 hours after Project Root Shield goes live, Ashford Tower's event hall hums like an overclocked server. Fold-out tables bristle with laptops plastered in childcare brand stickers, mechanic logos, and janitorial barcode badges. Hundreds of ordinary applicants, nannies, chauffeurs, night shift nurses have flown in on scholarship stipends Ava insisted the board approve. Ava greets each coder with elbow bumps, chili pepper pin catching camera flashes. CTO Meredith whispers, "We capped entries at 300, waitlist hit 2,000. Ava exhales, proof that hidden talent was never scarce, only unseen. Judges gather. Lily, 8, struts onto the dais in superhero pajamas, announced as junior security reviewer. The crowd cheers. Grant whispers to Ava, "You just hired the youngest auditor on Earth." Ava grins, "Start M curious, leave him fearless." Hackathon theme drops. Secure smarter homes for vulnerable families. Contestants clap. Clocks start. Keynote fade-out triggers a neon countdown 48 hours. For hours in, event Wi-Fi hiccups, packets dropping. Network ops flag anomalous traffic from an outside IP. Ava's instinct prickles. Trend again? She patches through edge node logs, sees brute force login attempts, but root shield auto black holes them. Community dev channel cheers, first open source win in live action. Ava calls out to coders over PA, "Whoever blocked that DDoS, DM me." Bounty, front row seat at closing gala. A janitor from Sao Paulo messages a one-line fix. Ava pins it to GitHub, tags him Guardian. Livestream hosts interview a former truck driver building a sensor to detect gas leaks. A stay-at-home dad prototypes camera vision for seizure detection. View counts rival esports. Sponsor funds double the prize pool. Grant wanders the floor, sleeves rolled. At a circuitry station, he finds Jared, Ava's father, splicing an open-source PCB to reduce smart lock costs. Jared murmurs, "Didn't think I'd code again." Grant pats his shoulder, "Future's wide, my friend." Quick cut montage. Coffee cups pile high. Ava sketches threat model diagrams on glass walls. Lily naps atop a stack of plush firewalls. Sous chef Luis wheels midnight ramen, fueling coders. At 4:59 remaining, an emergency buzzer blares. One team's prototype shorts, sparks. Fire marshals prep extinguishers, but Ava dashes in, yanks power, dumps chili oil vial on flame, spice sizzles out. Crowd laughs, tension broken. Countdown hits 10 minutes. Top 10 teams selected by live vote. They elevator pitch. Guardian clean. AI vacuum monitors elders false. Code crib, cry analysis for newborn distress. Locklight, Jared's low-cost lock, installable with one screwdriver. And so on. Judges grill, applaud. CTO Meredith announces winners. Guardian clean, janitor Sao Paulo, Locklight, Jared team, and Lily surprise script. A kid-proof mode, disabling in-app purchases. Room erupts. Grant steps to podium, but instead of a speech, he pops open DocuSign on jumbo screen, transfers 2% personal equity into the nonprofit access granted foundation, chaired by Ava. Crowd gasps. Stock tick booms on side ticker. Shareholders tweet praise. Grant, Ava-proved innovation is communal. My shares belong where the ideas are born. Ava, stunned. Signs. Equity shifts. Hashtag grant gift trends globally. Dusk settles. Rooftop deck blooms with paper lantern drones programmed by hackathon kids. Each lantern bears a project's GitHub QR. Ava stands beside Grant, Meredith, Luis, Jared, Lily, family by code. Humiliation sparked courage. Sabotage forged trust. Transparency unlocked genius. Ava's journey isn't a fairy tale, it's a firmware update for an old world. Because in kitchens, nurseries, and night shifts everywhere, talent waits only for permission to boot. Lanterns lift, forming 3 glowing words over skyline. Code, care, courage. Call to action, on-screen text. Share your hidden skill set in the comments. Like if you believe opportunity isn't a privilege, it's an update overdue. Pass this story to anyone still waiting for their login credentials to greatness.